What's up, baby? This your boy Deontay Wilder, man. I want to give a big shout out to all my fans at Chicken Talk. I love you guys so much, and look for the champ, baby. If y'all ain't been ready, you better get ready. We about to get ready. 2, 3, 2, 3. Putting on our battle shoes and our helmet. Let's get it.
Mr. Stanionis, right on time. I mean, prompt, very prompt. I've never had a guest come in this. I mean, you on time like I am. I'm usually, my mom always told me if you're on time, you're late. But in order to speak, you see that microphone button on your lower left hand side? There you go. How you doing?
Yes, thank you. Hello, I'm always on time.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm happy, and I'm also happy that you decided to join us. I saw you did an interview with Hans from Fight Hype. It was like a 20-minute interview, man. I watched the whole thing. I was very impressed. I was not only impressed with your command of the English language, just the things, how you were breaking down the sport and the things you saw in the sport as a fighter, you know, and understanding your role in the sport and where you're trying to get to and what it takes to get to that point.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, you know. At first, I didn't understood a lot of things, but later on, as everything was going, I understood more and more about boxing and boxing business.
Yes, and it is a business. We had that's one thing Wilder he always stressed was like it's more of a business than it is a sport.
That's true because when you come, you know, at the highest level, then it starts to become business, which is sad, you know. It's supposed to be a sport.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about who can sell tickets, who can make money, who can sell pay-per-view. I need a co-host. I'm looking for somebody to help me do a co-host. So I was waiting on Matt to come here to do the co-host. So how you doing today? What time is it there in Lithuania? About 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah, it's 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for taking time out your evening to join us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yep. So how long have you excuse me, basically this is a platform. I know you're not very active on Twitter, but this is a platform where we're not media, we're all fans, and we just basically have a little Q&A with some of our favorite fighters to see what's going on through their head. It's basically a way for you to take your message directly to the fans and you know, let us know about yourself, about your career, what you plan on doing, and you know, just things that you see in life. So how long have you been fighting?
I've been fighting since 9 years old. I was doing mixed martial arts. I was fighting in kickboxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts. And then I went to boxing at 13 years old.
What made you to go exclusively with boxing?
My mom's friend, he, you know, invited me to go to like boxing gym because we moved from one city to another, and I went there and I got beat up in sparring, you know. So I'm the guy who likes challenges. So I wanted to do much better. And after like month or two, I become Lithuanian champion. So I beat everybody then in the gym. So it was good.
Yeah, at 15 years old.
Yeah, at 13.
Okay, and what international amateur tournaments did you compete in?
Oh, everywhere. I was doing Bundesliga in Germany. I become European champion in men's in 2015. I went to Olympic Games, and we had like a bunch of tournaments. I also fought in the AIBA professional boxing. They made like some amateur boxers to try to fight on like professional league. It was only for one year.
And so, how long have you been fighting in America?
Since 2017. I started professional in 2017, so I went to America and I started over there.
How was your how was it to you when you first got here? What was your thoughts when you first got here?
You know, it's US is different from Europe, you know, so I have to adapt. First thing was the time because it's like 10-hour difference from my time and LA time. So it was a little bit difficult, you know, to speak with my family, friends. It was like this was the most difficult thing. But I went to the gym. Of course, everything is new. You know, everybody looks at you like, you know, you are some meat. You know, and everybody wants to get hands on you. So, but you know, I never lay down. So.
Oh, so who was the first person you sparred when you got here? Do we know? Do we know the person, or was it somebody in the gym?
No, it wasn't like a guy with a name. Later on, after like 1 month, I sparred Jose Ramirez a lot. So he was the like main guy in the gym.
Oh, okay. How did that go? Learn a
It's
lot
it's
from him.
good, it's good. I just started, so I think it was good.
Okay. Okay. Also, congratulations on your upcoming fight with um, Vergil Ortiz. We just saw that the purse bid yesterday. You excited for that fight?
Finally, I was waiting long time. It was like 8 months. Do I will fight this month against this, and every time it was changing. I had like no days off. I was training always, and I said if somebody pulls out of some card, I can go in. So I'm very excited. I'm very very happy. I want to go in the ring because I love the sport.
Yeah, a lot of us were in Dallas. Excuse me, when you fought last April. That was my first time seeing you fight in person on the Errol Spence undercard.
Yeah.
This past April in Dallas, a lot of us in here, we were there at that fight. Were those plans for you to fight on his undercard with Terence Crawford if that fight could have been made? Was that one of the fights you were presented with? One of the offers?
Yeah, that was what I supposed to fight, on that card for sure. But it
Yeah,
fall apart, so it's like,
because we heard Boots Ennis say that he was supposed to fight you on that card.
no, no, not at all. His name wasn't mentioned.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because we heard him say he was supposed to fight you on that card.
Yeah, I saw on social media, but it's like nonsense.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna start getting some questions answered from some of the other fans. We're gonna start with A side. Go ahead, A side.
Hey, what's going on, champ? I'm glad to have you on the Chicken Talk. Appreciate you for joining us.
Oh, hello, thanks.
Hey, so one of my questions to you, obviously, I'm a big fan, and we talk about this fight game a lot, and I personally I picked you over Vergil Ortiz, but what I really wanted to ask was, with the way that your professional style translates to the pros, the way your style translates to the pros, why is it that there's not more boxers from Lithuania? When you go on BoxRec, it's only 12 boxers that they show from Lithuania. But with the way you guys fight, especially you, with your style being so strong, why you think it's not more boxers from Lithuania?
To be honest, it's very good and hard question because I think it's first thing is like money, how the government takes care of the young athletes. I was in that situation, and I was at some point I was thinking I need to give up boxing because I don't have any income coming. And when you're like 17, 18 years old, and you don't have like rich family who can help you, so it was like tough. So my coach found few sponsors, so that's why I went, train and do to sacrifice my career. So, but to answer your question, I think now it's new generation, and it's little bit different. Everybody in the world has everything, so it's hard because it's tough sport. It's not like a game. So I don't know. I don't feel that we will see any fighters in the future in professionals, to be honest.
So really, you like the last hope for Lithuania.
Yeah, I think so. I'm the last hope, and also Mean Machine. He's from Lithuania, so we only two fighters who made history, and went to US and made some big waves.
Appreciate
Okay.
that, champ.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go with unanimous decision.
Hi, Eimantas. Thank you for joining us. Big fan of yours. I just have one question. Is there any part of your boxing game that you feel like the fans have not quite seen? Something that you feel like, you've not had to show in fights? And the second thing is, how will you celebrate when you beat Virgil?
This fight is very important to me. It's like do or die. This fight. It's like how I'm going into this fight. I need to prepare very well. I know he's dangerous fighter. He has good experience. He's very known. And I just want to win. It's my dream to be on this level. And I want to succeed.
Okay. We have Vivi here. Go ahead, Vivi.
Good afternoon. I have a lot of respect and admiration for you after your very gutsy and awe-inspiring performance against Radza Butayev. What was it like the reception from that huge crowd fighting on Spence's undercard?
Oh, it's good. I like to fight in the big crowds because like during the pandemic it was quiet, and I love fans. When they come, they cheer. It doesn't matter if they are cheering or booing me. I like to fight in front of the fans and a lot of people.
I believe when you split from Shields a few years ago, you had mentioned one of the reasons was you were unhappy with lifestyle in Houston, and you have since started training in LA at Wildcard Gym, I believe. What's the difference between living in Los Angeles?
Yeah, it's a little bit different because we have some people in LA from Europe, and I have some friends. So when you are in training camp, you're like I'm saying like it's my little bubble and little jail, So you have to do over and over the same things, It's sometimes it's boring. My home is in Lithuania, so I don't have a bunch of friends where I can spend time, go play like basketball or something. So it was difficult. But main reason why I left, Houston, it was because of the sparring. It was pretty hard to find sparring partners at the time. I didn't have any money, to pay for my sparring partners. But Ronnie is a very good coach. I love him, from the bottom of my heart. He's a very good person.
Okay, that's good to hear. All right, go ahead, Dave.
Hey, champ, thanks for joining us. If you could have it your way with no sort of issues or anything, what would be your ideal next 3 fights?
I think Spence, Crawford, and Vergil.
Spence, Crawford, and Vergil.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you may get 2 of those. Well, you got one of them, Vergil Ortiz, and I mean, so for everybody that's wondering or asking, that fight with Vergil Ortiz is going through on your end, correct?
Yes, that's
Okay.
true.
All right, that's cool. All right, we're gonna have where did that one guy go that came up and wanted to ask a question? He left.
Sveikas, Eimantai. Sveikas, Eimantai. Norėjau palinkėti sėkmės ir tikrai palaikysiu tave.
Labas, ačiū labai, smagu girdėti.
Huh?
Oh, it was my Lithuanian guy, he wished me all the best in my language.
Okay. All right, go ahead. All right.
You mentioned that. Thank you very much for your time. You mentioned that when you first came, you did a lot of sparring with Jose Ramirez. You said he was the main guy in the gym. Was this the Robert Garcia's gym in California?
No, it was at Wildcard, Freddie Roach gym.
Got it. Have you ever sparred with Vergil before or no?
No, never Vergil, because I was training at Wildcard. Later on, I moved, to Texas, to Ronnie Shields gym, and then I came back to Wildcard, and I never saw Vergil in person at all.
Okay, hold up. Okay, 1 second. Let me do Dave or Matt, do any one of y'all have Ernie Gabon blocked? If so, I'm gonna have to remove you from co-host.
Put his name in our chat. I'll see. It's probably me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Mr. A.
Thanks for your time, champ. I recall you talking about how you moved to California, and I was wondering, you being from Lithuania, have you been able to? And I specifically remember you saying about playing basketball. Have you been able to reach out to any of your fellow countrymen that play in the NBA, because the NBA has a lot of Lithuanian players such as Sabonis out in Sacramento. So I was wondering, have you been able to get in contact with them?
Who is the greatest Lithuanian basketball player of all time?
Sabonis.
That's right.
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
Yeah, Arvydas Sabonis.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yep.
he came to the NBA kind of late. No. Who else was it before him?
Was Kukoc from Lithuania?
No, y'all don't remember?
You got me.
Sarunas. I can't pronounce his name. How do you pronounce his
Sarunas Marciulionis.
Šarūnas Jasikevičius.
Yeah, he was from Lithuania, right?
Yeah, but he was later on. Sabonis was he's the best.
Right.
No, I thought Sarunas came first. Okay, my bad. But Sabonis, he came later on in his career. He was dominant. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
He was a dominant big man, but he came later on in his career. But even though he came later on in his career, his knees was gone by the time he came there. But you can still see that he was something else. That man was a beast. My bad. Go ahead with your question again.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering, with the amount of NBA players that are from Lithuania, have you been able to maybe get in contact with any of your fellow countrymen since you've been stateside? Maybe in your transition.
Yeah. I spoke with them in LA. Oh, no, not in LA, in the Olympic Games, but I haven't reached out with them. But when they are in our hometown, we meet with some of them, So yeah, we have like big, basketball roads there. It's the main one sport in Lithuania.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fruit Reed Wild West. Go ahead. I see you want to ask a question. Reed Wild West. FRUKTOZAURUS.
That was a Lithuanian guy.
Yeah, that's a Lithuanian guy that made to compliment you. So you want him to speak again?
Yeah. That was the one that spoke and complimented. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why I can't get Ern on here. But go ahead. Corey.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Champ, and shout out to Lefty too for setting this up. Champ, most of us in here are hardcore fans. We all know you, know your work. Are you ready for the superstardom that's gonna come when you beat Vergil? Do you know? I mean, are you prepared for that kind of superstardom?
Hello. I think so. I'm prepared because I think I'm one of the biggest fans of the sport. It's either boxing or UFC. I always follow, all the news, the comments, the fighters interview, everything. So I think I'm ready.
Thanks, Champ.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead. Boxing and barbecue.
All right, thanks for joining and thanks for having this session, Lefty. So, I understand you have a bachelor's degree in sports science. How do you feel that's helped you inside the ring?
Yeah, I'm going now for a master's degree, so one more year left. So it's good, because I understood what is the training. Sometimes I train extremely hard, like, to be honest, extremely hard. So most of the time I overtrain and my body, just breaks. So sometimes I go to the ring, I want to be 100%, but it's like I'll be like 50%, because of overtraining. I have zero motivation. My energy is low. So what I learned, in my studying, that you have to take care of your body, and you have to learn because we're all different, and only during the bad experiences you learn about such certain things.
Okay, I didn't know you were still in school.
Yeah, I'm doing master degree.
Okay,
that is very impressive.
Okay,
very impressive.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, go ahead, Don.
Oh, hey man, appreciate you coming here, champ. I appreciate Lefty for doing this session. I just have a quick question. What does your diet look like during, camp?
Hey, hello. Yeah, it's very boring. It's like all the lean food. It's like chicken, salmon, the other like shrimps, other food, a lot of vegetables, and I'm using like our body as an example of car. When you need energy, you put fuel. So when I'm going to training and I know I will have like such a hard training, so I put fuel into my body, and because I need to perform. But during like not like so aggressively hard training sessions, I'm fasting. Most of the time I do my first training session fasted. I do every day. It's like 16 hours I don't eat, sometimes 18, sometimes 20. Sometimes I do to 48 hours fasting. So that's how I keep my body healthy, and on weight.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Ezra is actually the guy who put me on to you, tell me to start paying attention to you, and to see your style. Because I will admit, I wasn't a big Stanionis fan at first. I'm not one of these guys to get on here a lot just to get you. Look, I wasn't a big Stanionis fan at first.
After next fight, you will be.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, if they have it in Dallas, seriously though, if they have it in Dallas, that's a trip that we're going to see because we are big Vergil fans and we are Stanionis fans. So a lot of us will be there to see y'all fight if they have it in the Texas area.
I don't know. I'm starting to flip on old Vergil, but go ahead.
But go ahead, Ezra.
All right, my bad. Your choice for wildcard. Why did you choose wildcard? And like, what is that? What attracts you to that gym and like Freddie Roach and all that?
I didn't choose. It was like my manager. I think they have some deal with Freddie Roach. And they just put me in that gym. And that's how I ended.
He used to train at Walcott. You never ran into him when you trained there, Ezra?
No, I stopped training there probably like 2017. I don't know when you started Stanionis, but yeah, that's when I stopped training.
Yeah, he started around that time. You heard he was coming and you stopped. You
I
was ducking that
hit the
smoke when
hills.
you heard he was coming
I
to the
hit the
gym.
hills.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
Hey, champ. Could you talk about some of the tactics that you did coming into like the Butayev fight and how you had to like adjust in that fight to what you trained for?
To be honest, I wanted to counter punch his body shots, but he was changing the stance and he was throwing not that body shot what I was expecting, So I had to make adjustments in the ring. But it was the plan, I knew his stuff. He has like big amateur career, and it's sad because nobody knows us in US, so we can't pick up like a big stars. So we need like big opportunities to show, our skills and to be on the top and to be known in US market. It's normal, I understand that. So, but he's a good fighter. I can't say nothing about him, He's good.
Would you say that was your hardest fight of your career so far?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now you said you had already fought him twice in the amateurs, right?
Yes, I did.
He had previously defeated you twice in the amateurs, but you got him in the pros, right?
Yeah, but it was like when we were in youth European Championship.
Okay. Now everybody that's in the queue waiting to get up, just stay down there. I'm gonna bring people up and I'm gonna bring people down so y'all can ask questions. This is a surprise. There's a lot of people want to talk to you, Mr. Stanionis. You become a popular guy, man.
I need to, I need to spend some time with the fans,
Yep. All right, go ahead. Who's my man? Lord Luke, go ahead.
Yo, what's up, champ? What's up, Left?
Hello.
I just wanted to know who are some of your favorite boxers to watch. Now like a top 5, guys that, who's fighting on Saturdays or Fridays or whenever they fight. You just got to turn on the TV and see them fight. And I also want to know who you look at like now as your legacy fight, whether if it's now, whether if you it's at 54 or 60 or wherever you see yourself peaking out at.
Thank you for the question. So, like from all days, I watched, Mike Tyson, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray, so Tommy Hearns also, Hagler. But now I like Canelo and I like Gervonta Davis. I think they're like two special guys.
That's interesting. We talked to Gervonta Davis last week. We did an interview with him last week, and that's also Canelo's favorite fighter, and Canelo is Gervonta's favorite fighter. So you're in good company right there. All right, we're gonna go ahead with Sal. Sal has just joined us. What's up? What's good, Sal?
Hey, yeah, thanks. I just had a quick question. I was just curious. You were the mandatory for Spence a few times. Just kind of curious to see how the step aside process works.
Yeah. That's for sure. I want to clear this up because I saw social media. I got like 3 times step aside money or something. It's like, oh my God. So the first thing, it was like I supposed to fight, Ugas. So they asked us if we can wait, but it was like WBA basically made a tournament of 4 fighters. So Butayev fight Jamal James, I fight Yordanis Ugas, and then the winner fight, Butayev or Butayev James or me or Ugas. So in this case, Ugas skipped the line in that WBA tournament because I knew if I will fight Ugas, if I'll beat him, I need to fight Butayev, So it was like, okay, I'll fight Butayev, but they guaranteed us like a Spence fight, Spence and Ugas winner. So we said, yeah, it's a good opportunity, and they offered like more money for the fight instead of like fighting Ugas, So I was okay, let's do this. So that's how it was. But after that, everybody was talking that I also had money for like Spence and Crawford to let them fight. No, it was like for unification fight. It's like no mandatory can come or make this fall apart. Unification fight is priority.
Yes. Now, how frustrating is that to you, excuse me, knowing you want that title shot and the business is getting in the way of your big opportunity?
Yeah, it's hard, it's like they say one thing and they do another thing, so it was difficult, of course, but I understand from markets, from business standpoint. It's like he's huge star, I'm not, so it's like, yeah, how you can promote this fight? Yeah, it's a little bit hard. I have to earn my stripes and make my name more known in US, and then we can fight. So I understand this.
Well, this fight you got coming up with Vergil is
Yeah.
really going to make your name known, because this is going to be this is like one of our fights of the year next year. One of the most anticipated fights next year. Two young contenders in the glamour division going at it, man. And I'm happy that they were able to get this fight going. Oscar today said that he's going to come with a date and location. So, I
Okay,
know
that's good news.
you've been waiting to fight. I know you've been patiently waiting. You're gonna get your opportunity, and we definitely gonna show up for that one, to check that one out. All right, go ahead, Combat Lounge.
Hi, how you doing? I left right on for putting this on and being supportive of things that I'm doing. Appreciate that. My question is kind of piggybacking off of what you last talked about. Can you talk about any fights, any potential fights that didn't happen, that were close to happening, that you really were disappointed at, other than Spence?
It was only one fight mentioned, it was like, but it was like little, maybe I'll fight, Turman, maybe I'll fight Ugas, something, but nothing like seriously, it was, we will wait, what's going to happen. So Vergil became my mandatory. So I was hoping from the beginning that this fight will be happening. And I'm also, like I said, I'm a fan of the sport. So if I'll be like fan, and watch this fight, I would love to. I think it's going to be a good fight for the fans.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
thank you very much.
All right, go ahead, Ken Griffey, then Broadway.
Yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, you good.
All right. First shout out, man. Appreciate you for holding this. I got a question. So with boxing, in your opinion, do you feel like it's more important to have the belts or just really fight someone with a name even though they don't have a belt? Like, which one do you feel like is like way more important to you?
I think it's the name, of course. Every young fighter and every fighter is to become world champion at least once, And then you are looking at the names, how you can go if you are from other countries, not US like me. So you need to make your name in US market. So how I will do this, I will need to fight, the good name opponent. And then how I can become also star or known in US.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. All right, go ahead, Broadway.
Thank you, Lucky, for setting this up, and how you doing, Stanionis? Thank you so much for doing this. I have two questions. I'll ask my first one, and then I have a second question. So my first question is, out of Boots and Vergil Ortiz, who do you think is better?
I think Vergil, to be honest, I think Vergil is better.
Okay. And my second question is, you said you trained at Wild Card. I was wondering, have you ever done any sparring with Elvis Rodriguez? And if you have, what do you think of him?
Yeah, I sparred, but I think I sparred him only two times. Yeah, he's a good fighter, Yeah, I know he has a loss, on his record, but styles makes fight, But he can fight for sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Stan.
So you are a fan of the sport. If you know he has, you know who Elvis Rodriguez is, and he has one loss.
Yeah.
You'll pay attention to it like this. And you know a little bit about boxing, because I'm one of the only ones that say Vergil's better than Boots too. So if you agree with me, you know you're boxing. Okay,
okay, we agree on this.
All right. Who do we have next? We had A-Side. Go ahead, A-Side.
Again, appreciate it, Champ. This is my second question. Before I start, I just want to let everybody know, again, appreciate Lefty for doing this, and go ahead and be friendly and hit that Cash App and Lefty bio.
Oh, yeah, you can always hit the Cash App, because I am building up my YouTube. I need some studio equipment. It's Christmas time, my man.
So Champ, I wanted to kind of get into the weeds or the technical part aspect of the fight. So one thing that I really like about you're a kung fu fighter, good balance, good footwork. You set up punches off your jab, and you love going to the body. I want to ask, when you were, I guess, coming up and training in Lithuania, were there any American fighters that you would watch, or would you say that your fight game, mostly come from the trainers that you had, and not necessarily a American fighter or somebody else that you used to watch?
I think my style came from like who I am, I like the wars, I like the challenges, and I like that style. So I think the first fighter who I saw, it was like Mike Tyson. So I was doing some shadow boxing, some roll, and I think so. I think I have this inside me, Sometimes when they get punched, I'm like, okay, let's go, and we are here for a long time, and I never gave up. I never been dropped in the sparring. I never been hurt in the sparring. I like it. Sometimes I think, yeah, maybe it's not good, for your health or something. But who cares? I love the sport, and I love to bang. That's me.
Hey, champ, I can't wait for that war. You making me want to fly out there. I can't
I
wait for that
heard that.
war.
I heard that.
Appreciate it, champ.
Thank you.
All right, we got where'd it go? Too Slick. Did he drop back down? All right, well, go ahead, Jay Beasy. Go ahead.
Hey there, Eimantas, what's going on? My question to you is, I know that you were talking about potential opponents that you were waiting for. My first question is, you talked about Keith Thurman. Like, where did that pretty much like come from? Did you like get word that you might have fought him in the time that you were waiting after your Butaya fight?
Hello?
Yeah.
Did you
Did
hear
you
him?
get that?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Okay, you probably have to drop out and come back in.
Yeah, I'll
Jay.
do that. All right.
All right. Well, go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I just want to say. So Shakur said it relates to the champ right here, but Shakur said last week he never been hurt or dropped in sparring, right? And a lot of dudes is like, "Oh, you're lying and shit, bro." A lot of boxers really never been dropped or hurt in sparring, bro, or even in a fight. You know what I'm saying? And he just confirmed it right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, Vivi, go ahead.
Hello again. So growing up in a post-Soviet Lithuania and being raised by a single mother, I'd assume that has a lot of effect on your character. How do you think that not only helped you develop as a boxer, but just as a person?
Oh, I see you did some history on me. That's good. That's nice. So yes, I was living with my mother all the time, and my grandfather and my grandmother. So I think that not having a father, it made me tougher, and look how my mom works hard, to make a living, and put food on our table. So everybody in my family work hard, So I think I know I need to work hard to achieve something, and more harder than anything.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Jay Beasy.
All right, Eimantas, you hear me?
Yes.
All right. My first question was about you mentioning other fighters that you could have faced after your Butaya fight, and you mentioned Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Where did that pretty much like come from, or were you like interested in fighting Keith Thurman while waiting to see what was going to happen with the world title situation as far as like Spencer Crawford?
Yeah, so it's supposed to, I supposed to fight on Spence and Crawford undercards. It was like they mentioned I have to be co-main event, so the tournament was, one of the options that came up at that time, and then everything fall apart, and then everything was gone. So I was a little bit upset, but it's, part of the life and the journey.
Yeah, gotcha. Was also, oh, you saying Lefty? Oh, okay. Now, was Gabriel Maestri one of those other fighters that they mentioned as well?
Yeah, Maestre was mentioned after I got a belt, so he was the first. Yeah, I just forgot. He was the first option, and yeah, I fought him in amateurs, but I think he has now age, and I just want to challenge us, to fight the best fighters. It doesn't matter who, Spence Crawford,
The guy that asked the question who had dropped off, he wanted to know, are there any guys that you fought in the amateurs besides Butayev that you would want to fight again in the pros?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I want. But some of them are retired now, I think.
Like who?
There is one guy from Kazakhstan, Daniel Yelusinov. I think you know him or no?
I'm pretty sure Vivi does.
Yeah, what was he? He was like a matchroom fighter, lefty.
Okay.
He like was at 140 and 147.
He's 147, yeah. So we have like 1-1 in amateurs, you know. One time I beat him, and one time I got rocked. So
Okay. Skip Bayless.
What was the date that you were supposed to fight on the Spence and Crawford undercard before it fell apart?
it was like November 19, I think, and then December some date. I just, I forgot because it was so many dates, so many months, and every time it's changed. So I just lost in these months.
You said you just want to fight. So were you in training and then you had to stop? Start
Exactly
training,
that.
then you had to stop?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was. You can't peak, all the time. You have to to get in the best shape, but you can hold that kind of shape for a long time, because your body will break everything, So yes, I got into the shape. I lost weight. I at least to be honest, 2 times I almost got flight tickets to fly in US. So one time and then month later on because of the dates changing.
Okay. So typically when you're in camp, how soon before the fight do you get to the U.S.?
Before like 6-7 weeks, but now I will go for like a longer training camp because it was this and that, so I want to just be there. I know I will have some media stuff to do, so I want to spend more time and get like quality sparring.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have a lot of media to do for this fight coming up because
Yeah.
this is a big fight. All right, go ahead, Marcellus.
All right, Stanionis, I got a question because I like you, as a fighter. You're a strong guy, but you're not a particularly really hard puncher. You have solid power, but the way you fight, you like in the stirrups and you like wars. What do you think would be? What do you think would be? You can offer Vergil to keep him at bay, to keep him, from jumping all over you because you don't hit soft, but you're not a one punch knockout artist. That's not you. In 14 fights, you got like 8 or 9 knockouts, and this kid is like electrifying when he get in there and he get going. He's your style of fighter, so y'all both like gonna be trying to stop each other. What do you think you can see in him that's a flaw where you can control him in a fight?
I think with that small gloves, everybody can punch. To be honest, my record will be different because most of the fights, honestly, I'm telling you, I fought like with injured hands. Like with Thomas Delorme, I fought only with one hand because
Okay.
I got big injury before, but I couldn't pull out because I needed money, to provide for my family. So and other fights, like in the beginning, I couldn't drop the guy because of my hands. So I think I can offer everything. What he does,
Okay,
I
Staniotis. So
I will
right
do the
now,
same.
you're saying that those fights you wasn't 100%, but for this camp and this fight, you will be 100%, and you will show us the true version of you.
Yeah, it's going to
All right.
be
All right.
Stanionis 2.0.
All right.
Stanionis 2.0.
All right. I want to see it. I'm going with Vergil.
All right. Go ahead, Ari.
How much longer do you see yourself staying at 147?
As long as I want, I think, but I want to move up also to 154 because I know the nutrition. I know how to eat, how to properly, take care of my body. So when you take care of your body, you can do whatever you want. Maybe I'll go 140, who knows?
140? You think you can make 140?
No, I'm joking. No, 140. But 147, I can stay for a while, for sure.
All right, thank you.
My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go. Okay, I ain't seen the whole screen. Okay, I see that. Go ahead, King P.
What's going on, champ? Glad to have you here. First off, I gotta let you know I have a nickname for you. I always call him here on your space. I always refer to you, Stanionis, as One Punch Man. I don't know if you know who that is. You could Google it, and you look exactly like the character, exactly like him, the cartoon character. So I just had to say that.
He actually does.
So, but
okay, I'll take it out.
All right. Anyways, my question is, I saw an older interview from you where you said you don't have a strength and conditioning coach. You're your own nutritionist. You cook all your meals. You don't trust anybody what to cook, what to put in your body. Only you. Just wondering if that was still the case. If you still feel like that, you still don't have your own fitness, or you're doing your own conditioning and all that.
Yeah, I do my own conditioning because I know my body. I push myself to the limits. I don't need somebody, to push me. I'm not a lazy fighter because it's like it's not like a basketball where in the team somebody can change you. You have to be responsible for your training as much more than anything. So yeah, everything will be the same. But conditioning, I have my conditioning coach in Lithuania, so he's doing the all things. He writes down all things what I need to do that we were doing and we are going to do, and I just follow.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, AI. Anybody else who want to speak, send your request. You get your
All right,
questions
champ.
answered.
I want to have some fun. All right.
Okay.
So I always call you Stank on you. So my question to you is, what are you listening to?
You had to give them context. You had to give context for that.
I'm about to. I want to know what you're listening to in the gym, because Stank on you is an album. Because I don't want to come at you like you're stupid. I just want to know if you know who Outkast is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course I know.
Okay, so you know the
Hey,
Stank on you
yeah.
album.
Hey, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So your next fight against Vergil, I want you to come down the ramp that's so fresh and so clean.
No, I like the most, old school rap, old school hip hop. I like, Biggie, Notorious,
Okay.
and Tupac. They are both my favorite.
Oh, so come down. You gonna come down to some pop?
I always come with the Notorious Hypnotize song. It's my entrance
You
song.
gonna stay on? Okay, cool. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay.
Thank you, because we were having a debate on here. They was trying to say Tupac was better than Notorious B.I.G.
No,
Storyteller.
both of
We
them
ain't,
No,
good.
we ain't gonna we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna separate
I'm
each
just
other
saying.
from each other. We all gonna be
That
family
was
here.
that was Tut. King Tut got the worst rap opinions on Twitter. So
Hey, East
once he
Coast,
starts
West
talking about
Coast.
rap, you gotta ignore him.
We all gonna be family here.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all know how these things can get derailed, man. Let's stick to the topic.
All right, who we have left? We got Lord Lou again. Go ahead, Lord.
Yeah, I'm back. I got one question. I know, when a lot of people ask this question, I'm not asking who you think would beat you, because I'm pretty sure, in your opinion, you think you'll beat them all. But who do you see as being the hardest fight at 147?
Let's say, I don't know, maybe Spence,
Why do you see him as the hardest?
because he has a lot of experience. He's still in his prime, and he has a lot to prove because of this Crawford situation. Crawford fight this guy, so he has to look better. And he has a dog in him. So I think he's the toughest.
So, in other words, you're saying that you would have picked Spence over Crawford if they would have fought?
Yes. I said in a bunch of interviews, I'm
Yeah,
backing Spence.
yeah.
Okay.
I've seen him say that in a couple of interviews. Excuse me. For the same reasons that you explained why he's the toughest fight, is that why you were backing?
Yes, and stylistically, it's like 50. Yeah, it's like 50-50 fight. Some say Crawford, some say Spence, but it's until they get in the ring, we will never know. But I'm backing up Spence.
Exactly. Go ahead, Trill.
Yeah, so my question is pertaining to something we discussed earlier on, where you had mentioned Virgil and how tough he is in comparison to Boots. So, what do you see in that's different in between both fighters that will make you say that Virgil will be a tougher fighter?
I think Vergil has that dog in him also. Like he can go through the fire. He showed in his fights, even when he fought my countryman, like Mean Machine. So he can go through fire, and he's tough. I can say nothing about him bad. But I'm not here to lay down. Also.
Also, I had another question, especially with you being a sports science major, right? And
Yeah.
somebody else just recently mentioned how you don't want anybody cooking your food.
Yeah.
You don't have to touch on it if you don't want to, right? But what do you think about the Conor Ben situation, especially with him continuously proclaiming his innocence and saying something might have been tainted. I know those are the reasons why you want to cook your food and do everything. So, like, what do you think about what he's going through, and what would you tell any other fighters out there in order to protect themselves from any type of this controversy or mix-up?
So I think I just can speak how to, to take care of these things, to not happen. So when you drink water, you don't leave the water somewhere else, for like 10 minutes and then come back, You have always carry on your bottle of water with you, and don't eat any kind of food in some strange places, You never know.
Exactly. Speaking of food, though, when you first got to America, what was the favorite thing you loved to eat?
It was um it was Shake Shack burger, I think. I tried. And then In and Out, because California is famous with In and Out. So they said, oh, you will not fight soon. You have to try it. But now I haven't ate like in 2 years any burgers, pizza, or something.
You said In and Out.
Yeah.
So when you was in Houston, now I know Houston got some good food.
Yeah. Houston has like more. I tried like seafood. Oh, and first time I ate their alligator.
How was that?
It's good. It's like similar like chicken, but it's also different like from
You had
chicken.
the alligator tails.
Yeah. So it
You
was
could
good.
Yeah, man.
if you're ever in Tampa, there's this restaurant that sells alligator ribs.
Oh, I need to check that.
Wait,
I
where?
like
Hold up,
alligator.
hold up.
Whoa,
Where?
yeah, that's
Alligators ain't
In
got no
Tampa.
ribs.
Yeah,
that's
I've
new.
had it.
Y'all,
I've
y'all
had it.
understand the anatomy of
Hold
alligator?
on.
Do
I've
alligators
had
have
it.
Hold
ribs?
on.
I've had it before.
Hold
Yes,
on.
they
Hold
do.
on.
Okay, I'm
Aaron.
not doubting you had it before. I'm pretty sure they called it alligator ribs, but I'm not sure alligators. Let me look this up.
Yeah,
Nah,
look it up.
nah, A-Rod. Nah,
Look it
A-Rod, you're
up.
going to have to hit me up on that one. Hold
That's
up.
just like when
Look, I used to
y'all
watch.
wait, hold on,
I used
wait.
to
That's
watch.
just like when y'all say turkey bacon. Come on, man.
No. I used to watch this show called Man vs. Food. I was like a real nerd for it because I was always traveling to these cities. So I would be going to these cities and I'd go to the little restaurants that the dude would be going to. So like,
Look, we're
I used to
not
do all
doubting
that.
that they told you it was alligator ribs. I'm doubting if
Look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you.
Hey, Stanionis, do you eat pork or are you a non-pork person?
I'm not like pork person. I ate
Thank
a little
you.
bit, but I'm not into it. I don't remember when I ate pork, to be honest. Now
Oh,
we
you
That's
have
what
haven't?
I'm talking
Mediterranean
about.
pork.
Oh
But
man, so you never had chitlins?
what?
Chitlins?
No. What is that?
It's the pork intestines.
Yeah, you
The
ain't missing nothing.
intestines of the pork.
You don't
Oh
want none of
no,
that. You don't want none of that.
Yes, you do. Trust me. Go ahead,
not
Ari.
good.
Will you make sure that there is, either VADA testing or some kind of testing for this upcoming fight? Like PED testing for this upcoming fight?
It's a good question. I will speak with my manager. I would love to. I think every fight should be doing all these testing, so that's how we can make the sport, much more safer.
That's true. Even though you brought down the whole mood with your question, Ari, we were laughing at
Well,
your
all right. So you said you like to hold on. You said you like to enter the Biggie Small Hypnotize. What are you listening to when you're training?
Everything. I think I need to send you my album.
Oh, hold on. Wait. You got your own album?
No. I just, I
Like your
just
playlist? You mean your
Your
playlist?
playlist.
Oh,
yeah,
playlist. I
yes,
thought you was out
Let
here.
me find out Stanionis got a mixtape.
Yo,
I thought he was out here rapping.
You should tweet your Biggie playlist.
It's all of them, I love Big and Tupac. So it's like the most songs I listen during my training because they hype me up.
Yeah. Boxing and barbecue. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Before you come to Texas, if you're coming to Texas to fight, do you know who DJ Screw is?
DJ Screw?
Yes.
No.
You got to look him up before you come to Texas. But I did have a serious question. So I think you're 28 years old, right?
Yes, 28.
Okay, so Vergil is 24, right? So I know when I was 24, I was a totally different person than I was when I was 28. Do you feel like those 4 more years of general life experience will help you in the ring against Ortiz? And if so, how?
I don't know, because he has more experience than me in professional rankings, So I don't know to be honest.
Okay. And we VV also did verify that the guy you were talking about, you fought in the amateur. I can't pronounce his name. That he
Yeah.
was he has retired. So
Oh.
he hasn't fought since the Jacobs Rosado card and
You
disappeared.
see? So I'm fan of the sport. Yes, we can all agree on that.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, we can. You are impressive. So who are some? You say you like some. You like Canelo and you like Gervonta Davis. Other than that, who are some of the other guys? Do you like Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, of course. He's a big puncher. I also like Artur Beterbiev.
Oh yeah. Who would you take in that fight
Yeah.
between Beterbiev and Bivol?
Oh, I'm taking Beterbiev.
Yeah. Talk to him,
I
champ.
I'm going with him. Look, all the styles coming forward and bangers. I'm with them. I'm rocking with them.
Okay. Well, I'm taking Bivol. We might have to put some money on that one. Go ahead, Combat Lounge.
Right on. What fighters are you working with? Any young fighters and taking them under your wing, and who that might be, and can we expect to see you in anybody's corner, and work in the corner?
You mean in Lithuania or in like
Lithuania or here in the States? Just a fighter that you're working with, taking under your wing, and being a part of their growth.
Basically, I'm trying in Lithuania, to help the young fighters have some discussions with them. What you need to do. What you need to understand. Sometimes I try to motivate them. And to push them. In some kind of training sessions. But
Okay.
other than that, I'm not trying to be a coach. No, it's not for me.
Gotcha.
We're going to get one more question from VV, then we're going to wrap this up. One more question from VV, then we're going to wrap this up.
I don't have a question. It's just clarity on the Yeli Ustinov situation. He did fight in December of 2021 in Kazakhstan for the IBO title, but since then, he's had contractual issues with Eddie Hearn. He said he was getting paid very low money, and he said if he doesn't get a big fight by the end of 2022, he's likely going to retire.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sad to hear. Hopefully he can turn his career around, and so Stanionis put them paws back on him.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that means I get the last question. So, we were talking about come forward fighters. What are your opinions on Monster Inoue, and did you get to watch his performance early on this morning?
No, I haven't. So I just came back from all the meetings because I was supporting today Lithuanians hockey team. So I will go watch now because I know it's time difference. I love his style. He's also like a big puncher, and he's very smart. He's not only has a power, he's also smart.
Yes, he is. Were you at Wildcard when he was there a couple months ago?
No. I was in Lithuania.
You wasn't there. Okay. All right, Stanios, really appreciate you joining us, man. This has been a very, very one of my favorite interviews, man. You're a very down to earth guy, easy to talk to, and very engaging, man. And good luck on your fight with Vergil. You want to leave anything with the fans?
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you everybody who supports me and who doesn't support me. Also, you all drive us, into the bigger and better things. So and have every day a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Somebody start a space.